Hello, this is Catherine. I'm in Wellington at the moment and I'm here to show you another of my quilts. Now this isn't brilliant because I'm actually in a hotel in Wellington. So I can't hang the quilt. I didn't bring my clips and it's not brilliant. Anyway, this is a very special quilt because I made it for Sofia. I prepared it in her last year at home in high school in preparation for her to go to Wellington to study law. As I've told you before, Sofia had an episode of depression that was very challenging for her and difficult. And I asked her what colour she would like it, and she said yellow. And I was so delighted that she wanted such a bright colour, and it's her favourite colour. And I thought, gosh, if she's feeling a bit low one day, a bright yellow quilt surely will help. At least it will suggest an idea of brightness for her day. Now, because Sofia her taste is very different to mine, this was a lovely little challenge because I had to find a way to create a quilt that she would like, that would be aesthetically pleasing for her, but that I would enjoy doing as well. So as you can see, there are squares. If you know about quilts, you could say that some of them are 9-patch, although I didn't build them in a 9-patch idea. And I think they look pretty grid-like, but you'll see that they actually kind of change their mind after a bit. So you'll see that at the top, they do the 9-patch thing, 9-patch, and then there it changes. And I've got 2 of the whites, where normally there wouldn't be if I was doing it the very standard 9-patch. And then here I've started added the blocks of the light colours together. So I really enjoyed doing this because it gave me enough room to manoeuvre and to feel that I was engaging in a creative process. The other thing that I'll do, you'll notice I did do the mitered corners, and the bias I made with the men's shirts as well. So I bought the yellow fabric for this quilt because I really wanted it to be a quilt that Sofia would enjoy, and so I wanted it to be kind of similar colours, not a hodgepodge of yellows. But then I kept miscalculating and not having enough bias binding, and so I kept adding, and of course I would choose to add a different fabric each time I ran out. So the yellow was purchased, and it's not quilting cotton, it's just probably from one of the big box stores that we have in Dunedin. But I used 2 different, I think there's actually 3 different men's shirts here. And I think this one was one that Martin actually wore for a while until the cuffs went and the collar went. So that was lovely. And then there is this one, which is white, black on white, just a little dot. And this one's actually lighter, so it's kind of a navy on white. So I did enjoy putting that together. And you'll know that I'm not a fan of measuring and calculating and math, so I would make and then think, oh, I do want it a bit wider. So I would add this strip. You can see there's a join there and there's a join there. So it was this wide, and then I thought I'll make it a bit wider, and then I thought, oh, I'll make it a little bit wider, and so I did. And then I thought, oh, I'll make it a little bit wider, so I did. Which I really enjoy. I really enjoy the happenstance of that. That looks like quite a different colour, I think. I can't remember now if I've mentioned this in the English one or in the Spanish one. Anyway, I had a bit of fun here because I added a strip as well of this lovely shirt fabric that Martin had worn with paisley, which is always a bit of fun. And then the mitre as well, here in the corner. The other thing I don't think I've mentioned here is that Sofia loves to self-tan. So she puts the, from the bottle. It's all quite, safe for the skin. So this quilt is actually pretty much covered in stains from when she's done her self-tanning. And who knows what else. She's dyed her hair as well. It's pretty grotty. I think I'm going to ask her if I can take it home to fix. I wonder if this is a stain or if it's getting thin. But anyway, the history of this quilt will continue because it will probably be darned. I keep spotting something and I can't tell if it needs to be fixed or if it's just how it's resting. Okay, so here, does this need to be fixed? I think it does need to be fixed, so I think I will take it home. That won't take long, but it'll be nice to give it a bit of TLC. I'll pause now so that I can show you the back of it. All right, and so we're back with the quilt. I made a very simple back, which is mostly a bed sheet in kind of creamy white, but I also added this strip of another fabric that pops up in other quilts, which, as I've said before, I really like. This is actually a cabbage print. It's not a rose, it's a cabbage, which is kind of cute, and I bought that second hand, just as fabric. It wasn't clothing, and I really enjoy this fabric. It's a little bit thinner than the other, so you know I am careful with it, but I do enjoy it. And then I also had to add another strip. And then, as I like to do my tags, hecho con mucho amor para mi Sofia. Su gran aventura in Wellington. Kisses. So this says, made with a lot of love for my Sofia, for her great adventure in Wellington, and kisses, and Dunedin 2019 and more kisses. You can imagine the sort of mum that I am. I was trying to wrap her up in love. And then I also did this kind of monogram thing where Sofia is the S, and then Christina, her sister, is this small C, and then there is Mummy and Papi, which is Mummy and Daddy. Which we actually don't say Mummy and Daddy in English, we just say Mum and Dad in English, but in Spanish it's definitely Mummy and Papi. And then we have a heart there, which is pretty standard, and the kisses, as we would do X's in English for kisses. And I also wrote a little thing there, si piensas que puedes, podrás, which means if you think you can, you will. A bit of subliminal messaging there, so that Sofia remembers that in Spanish you have to have the exclamation mark at the beginning as well, which has not worked. And also at the top I also wrote her another little message that says, Sofia es una maravilla. Sofia is marvelous, or Sofia is a marvel. Anyway, I've just realized as I finished this that I've done the whole video with this on portrait, so I don't know how it's going to look. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it inspires you to do some quilting by hand. Oh, I should mention also, I tried to do a grid for the quilting because I thought Sofia would enjoy having a grid rather than the meandering stitching that I like to do, and she does. Okay, have a good week. Bye.